Guys, we're flooding.
Are we actually?
Yeah. Oh, it's raining a lot. Like a lot. It's like the first official rain. April showers bring May flowers. And flooding. So that's exciting. Also, I have like wax buildup or something. My ears get plugged every time in the morning so that I don't hear my alarm, and Corrado has to like push me a bunch so that I wake up.
Yes.
So he just put drops in my ears.
Yeah, hopefully they will.
And hopefully they work, but now I'm walking around with tufts.
Tufts?
Tufts.
Is that what you call them?
They're
like
little tufts.
Of fur?
Like tufts of fur.
I see.
Made out of, you know, paper towel.
Yeah.
I think it's stylish. It's a new style. Everybody should do it.
What you doing?
Playing with speakers.
Oh.
This is a sub I borrowed from my dad because I'm learning things. Whenever I think about something, I get hyper-focused on that thing, and it's like the only thing I'm thinking about. And so now that my hyper-focus has turned its attention onto the speakers in this living room, these speakers are much more powerful than what we need them to be. Not only that, these are big PAs, they're loudspeakers, and they are used for being really loud at concerts, at events. You talk and it would like boom out of it. They're very expensive, but they're not very good quality. They are for what they are needed for. They're really great at being really loud, but they don't have great like fidelity, like the crispness.
Fidelity?
Yeah? The crispness of the sound, especially in like, this would be a home theater setup. So we have these at, like, we're rocking them at like 5 or 10% of their total volume, which is way too loud and shakes the entire house. But they're not meant to sound good quiet, like sitting this close. It's meant for a room filled with 500 or 1,000 or 5,000 people. So anyways, because they are worth so much, I'm looking at trading them into the place where I got them to switch them for something else. So instead of having overpowered loudspeakers in stereo, we could get something that's actually better for what we need it for in 5.1 or 7.1 or something. And if I play my cards right and I do the right amount of research, I can get what's called a studio monitor, which is made for mixing video, films, theaters, mixing
But if it's
things.
a monitor, doesn't that mean it's like a TV?
No, it's called a studio monitor because you're monitoring the levels, but like...
That's confusing.
Yeah, it's a speaker called a studio monitor. These are made to be really loud. Those are made to be really accurate, if we get the right ones. So we don't need these. It's not like we're throwing concerts all the time. So this and that can go, and we can get something that will benefit the home theater, but can also benefit our video making, and we could eventually start mixing our videos in surround sound, which nobody would enjoy except for us. But everyone knows how I love quality, and we are working on Vlogumentary, and we're doing pre-production, production. We're done pre-production and production. Post-production is about to start. We're doing pre-production on the post-production. But anyways, Vlogumentary needs to sound perfect. It needs to be properly mixed and leveled, and we're actually going to bring it to a place to do that, but in the meantime, the stuff that we're doing here needs to be proper, so these need to go, basically. We don't need these. They need to get out of here, because we're not throwing concerts.
But what? I thought that's what we did all the time.
Do you regularly throw concerts?
Yeah.
That is not... You're right. But that's not something that you vlog. Your rock star life.
So sad.
The concerts that you're doing 4 nights a week.
Oh yeah, that's what I do for a living.
Yeah. Sam plays like 15 instruments.
I do, all at once.
So I just finished reading multiple books. As you may or may not remember, I went to the bookstore recently and I bought Allegiant and This Star Won't Go Out about Esther, and I just finished both of them. Not at the same time. I finished Allegiant and then I read Esther's book, but I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. Basically, I got a lot of people telling me not to read Allegiant. Like, a lot of people were like, just read Divergent and read whatever the second one is called. but don't read Allegiant. Or if you do read Allegiant, only read like half of the book because the ending is horrible. And I don't know if that meant that they just didn't like the ending because it was emotional, or if they really didn't like the ending because they thought the ending was actually like badly written. But I mean, it was emotional, but I didn't hate it. Like, I thought the ending was good. Like, I think that, yeah, it sucks and the circumstances were like obviously very interesting. I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but there were a lot of emotions, for sure. But I think it was well written and it made sense for those emotions to be presented to you. I can't say much because I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, I really enjoyed it and I would highly recommend all 3 of the books. And if, like, I'm one of those people that you can't read half a series and then not finish it. I can't do that. That's not an option for me. So if I'm gonna read Divergent, I'm gonna have to read the other 2 books. It doesn't matter if they're good or bad. I just, like, I can't not. This case, I think it turned out really well. I really like them and I would recommend them. So that's my point of view, I guess. And then there's Esther's book, and it's really interesting because I've heard about Esther, and like obviously she's a huge part of the DFTBA community. I never knew who this person was or what we were talking about, and I didn't realize that This Star Won't Go Out was like related to a person until very, very recently, because I was never really into the internet at that time, I guess. Like, I didn't really become an internet person until Corrado introduced me to Corey and we started working here, which is a terrible thing to say, I know, how dare I, but like, I don't know, I like YouTube now, but I came into it because of other people, which I guess most people do, but anyways, I did not know about Esther until very recently, and I decided to read her book, and her story is very interesting. It's fascinating how people can make friends like that on the internet and not IRL, and it's very interesting to see see the stories and the thoughts of someone who's going through what she went through, I guess. So I would also highly recommend reading her book. It's not a book, it's more like a biography, and it's full of anecdotes and stories and journal entries and quotes from random people, and I guess they had a website at one point to tell everyone about her medical situation, and all that stuff is in there, and there's photos, and it's very interesting and really cool to be able to see the background of someone who is such a big deal in the DFTBA community, and just thought I would share that and recommend that book to you.
So I've spent the majority of the day working on a video that I want to post soon, and I've run into the saddest of snags. So if you look closely, you may see a slight difference in the color between these two frames. And there are frames like that scattered throughout the entire thing. Oh dear. I specifically shot it because it was an overcast day, so I guess the sun peeked through at one point, and because I shot it in the sunroom, which is like all white paneling, it just bounced everywhere and completely changed the lighting. So now I'm going through every frame and trying to like adjust them all and get them to match and be the same color, and I don't think I'm doing a very good job. But it's a labor of love. That's for sure. I'm hoping to get it up by Wednesday. I feel like Wednesday is my day. But until then, gonna keep color correcting. Yay.
Give me daily vlogs. I want them in my subscription box. I wonder who might drop by. Even though sometimes it's Canada outside. So don't go away, we're here every day. It's not ApprenticeEh, it's ApprenticeEh. Hey, 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 hey. Home is where the blog is.